Ever felt like your dating life is more of a roller coaster than a romantic stroll? You might just be dating a narcissist. We're about to give you the lowdown on those red flags you've been wondering about. Stick around to navigate the tricky waters of dating with us, and let's make sure your next date is with someone who truly deserves you. Number 1, they give magnetic first impressions. Everyone remembers the first time they met that person. The allure, the confidence that made the world seem like it revolved around them. It felt like being in a movie scene where everything went into slow motion, and that narcissistic partner was the dazzling lead. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that narcissists often exude a magnetic charm, captivating their audience. But here's the catch. That overwhelming attraction? It's often a well-practiced art. A performance curated over many rehearsals designed to captivate and ensnare. You might feel like the chosen one, but in reality, you're just the latest audience member in a long line of enchanted onlookers. Sure, it feels great to be under that spotlight, but remember, the light that shines twice as bright often burns half as long. When the novelty wears off, the spotlight swiftly moves elsewhere. Number 2, the overwhelming love bomb trick. Picture this. It's just been a couple of dates, and suddenly your phone won't stop buzzing. A morning message, a midday surprise, an evening call. It's like a Nicholas Sparks movie come to life. And you think, is this too good to be true? This love bombing is a hallmark tactic of narcissists. It's not that they're passionate, it's a strategic anchor. This relentless attention might feel like a fairy tale, but there's a twist. This over-the-top affection can quickly morph into an obsession, with you as the focal point. It's less about genuine love and more about securing their latest prize. It's intoxicating, no doubt, but it's crucial to remember. True love is a marathon, not a sprint. If someone's trying too hard to rush you to the finish line, it might be time to question the race itself. Number 3, they tend to have a chameleonic personality. Ever been with someone who suddenly seems to share all your hobbies, from binge-watching the same series to adoring that obscure band you thought you only knew about? It's like they've crawled into your brain and become the person you've always dreamed of. Psychologists suggest that narcissists can be uncannily adaptive, molding themselves to fit their partner's desires. It starts off as endearing, their adaptability and willingness to dive deep into your world. But then cracks appear. You might catch them contradicting themselves or feigning enthusiasm. The chameleon act begins to wear thin as they struggle to keep up with their own pretense. Being understood and mirrored is beautiful, but there's a fine line between someone who genuinely shares your interests and someone who's merely echoing them back to captivate you. Number 4, they put you on an emotional roller coaster. Imagine riding the biggest, fastest roller coaster. The adrenaline, the fear, the unexpected drops. That's a relationship with a narcissist for you. One day you're on cloud 9, the next you're plummeting without a safety net. We all know that emotional unpredictability can be as addictive as it is distressing. You'd think love should be the anchor, a steady force, but with a narcissistic partner, it's more like navigating a minefield. The highs are so high that they make the lows seem worth enduring, trapping you in a cycle of hope and heartbreak. It's essential to remember that true love goes steady. If you find yourself constantly bracing for the next emotional upheaval, it might be time to reconsider the ride. Number 5, a new level of jealousy. Coming off that emotional roller coaster, you'd think things might stabilize. But hold on, because here comes another twist. Overwhelming jealousy. Remember that time they spotted you laughing with a colleague or friend? Narcissists have a heightened sense of jealousy, often leading them to make mountains out of molehills. At first, it might seem endearing. Oh, they care so much. But gradually, the caring starts to feel stifling. Every interaction, every smile you share with someone else becomes a point of contention. Love is about trust and freedom. When those innocent interactions start becoming courtroom trials, ask yourself, is this about love or possession? Number 6, the memory game, their version. Following those bouts of jealousy, be prepared for a trip down memory lane. But wait, is that really how it happened? With narcissists, past events often get a makeover. It's a typical gaslighting trick. They have a knack for rewriting history to play the victim or the hero, whichever suits them. It can be disorienting. Arguments might revolve around things you don't even remember saying or doing. Their recollection becomes the dominant narrative, leaving you second-guessing your own memory. Trust your gut and your memory. A relationship should be a partnership, not a stage where one person continually rewrites the script to suit their drama. Number 7, you get compliments but at a cost. After the emotional turmoil, they throw in a compliment, making the world seem right again. But with narcissists, every compliment often comes with a side of passive-aggressive critique. Studies have found that narcissists often use praise as a tool, not as a way of expressing genuine admiration. You look great today, much better than usual. Sound familiar? It starts off as a lovely comment but ends with a tiny dagger in your self-esteem. Over time, these backhanded compliments can erode your confidence, making you more reliant on their validation. Everyone deserves unadulterated appreciation. If every compliment feels like it's laced with a little poison, it might be worth reevaluating who you're receiving it from. Number 8. Everyone else is to blame. If you've been with a narcissist, you're probably used to this one. Your narcissistic partner missed a dinner date? It was your friend's fault for calling and distracting them. A project at work went awry. It was that pesky colleague who didn't pull their weight. Narcissists have a strong aversion to accepting blame. They craft a reality where they're perpetually the victim or the hero, never the villain. It starts off subtly. Maybe you even find it admirable that they stand their ground. Over time, however, this refusal to accept accountability turns corrosive. Every disagreement becomes a battleground, and you might find yourself painted as the antagonist, even when logic stands firmly in your corner. But here's the silver lining. Once you see this pattern, it becomes easier to decipher fact from fiction. Number 9. They pull the vanishing act. The blame game seamlessly transitions into another baffling act. Their unpredictable disappearances. One day they're all over you, and the next they've vanished. Radio silence. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It is a vicious cycle of warmth and then coldness designed to keep you on edge. At first, you might even brush it off. Maybe they're just busy, you think. But as days turn into weeks, you're left in agonizing suspense, questioning your worth and replaying every interaction in your head. When they finally reappear, they act like nothing happened, leaving you grateful for the mere breadcrumbs of their attention. If someone keeps disappearing and reappearing without explanation, it's essential to remember that you deserve more than that. Number 10. Your achievements are always dimmed. Imagine the feeling when you've just had the most significant win of your career. That excitement bubbling inside you, you can't wait to share it. But when you finally do, it's met with a casual, "that's nice," or worse, a story about their bigger and better accomplishment. Narcissists often feel threatened by their partner's successes. So it's not that your achievement is tiny. It's just that they always want to be the superstar. Think of it as them needing to always be center stage, with a spotlight solely on them. Number 11. The X Chronicles. You know when you're cozying up on the couch and they start talking about their exes? How do they always seem to be unstable or crazy? Here's the kicker. It's rarely their fault. Somehow they paint themselves as the hero or the victim. Psychological science says this tactic is dual purpose. First, it's a great way for you to feel sorry for them. 2, it's a veiled warning. Toe the line or you'll be the next nutcase in their stories. If every ex they had was unstable, it might be time to question the common denominator. Number 12. They don't respect your boundaries. So you've told them you don't appreciate them sharing your personal stories with their friends. But lo and behold, at the next get-together, there's your story being recounted with dramatic flair. For narcissists, your boundaries are merely challenges. There's actual research showcasing how narcissistic people enjoy breaking boundaries because it helps them assert dominance. They want to show you that they can do it and get away with it. Number 10. They're the experts of future faking. Let's talk about the pretty pictures they paint for us. You remember that chat you had about that lovely house with the white picket fence, right? Yet, a week later, they're unsure about what city they even want to live in. Promises come and go like the wind. Narcissists love to paint these rosy pictures, as they know it keeps you hopeful and anchored, even if they have no plans to make it real. It's a way to establish control. After uncovering 10 truths about dating a narcissist, the journey into the mind of a narcissist isn't over. Brace yourself for the scariest things narcissists do when no one is looking, or confront them with 15 questions a narcissist can't answer. Thank you for watching. Show your support by liking, sharing your views in the comments, and subscribing to our channel.